I quit arguably the most addictive habit on the planet. I quit porn, right? I started when I was 13. I did it every day, sometimes 3 times a day, until I was about 19. And then I quit using the tricks and habits I'm going to teach you in this video. But I did it every day. My life was shit. I was a loser. You know the story. And it's the worst habit you can possibly do. It's probably the hardest thing you can get out of. And I'm going to explain the daily routine that helped me get out of that, essentially. Now, when I was watching porn, I'd get onto NoFap like everyone else, get 1-2 days in, not watching porn, feeling great. Day 3 rolls around and I'd give in like everyone else because the urges were too strong. I felt no hope. I was like, you expect me to never watch porn again? That's stupid. I've watched porn every day for 6 years. I've watched it thousands of times, and you want me to just suddenly say, right, no more, you're never watching it again. That was stupid. That is why NoFap doesn't work, because you're going from one extreme to the other. It's retarded. It's stupid. The advice that people give online about porn is complete garbage. So if you want a quick step, don't watch anyone else but me. It sounds, like, oh, obviously you're going to say that, but all these guys, they're still watching porn. They've still got an addiction, and they're like double my age. It's taken them like 20 years to quit porn. I quit at 19. I quit within months. All right. I have good tips, and it's difficult to quit, but you can still do it. Anyone can do it. I did it at 19. There's nothing remarkable about me. What I can do, so can you. So I relapse every few days. Couldn't get into a consistent routine, and I'm gonna explain what I did to change it that made it 100 times easier. First step was I set goals. And that's it. I set goals, right? Set some long-term goals. Why does this help? Because number one, it keeps you busy. You've just got less time to jack off to some random chick on the internet. And also, when you're setting goals, you're working towards them every day, which I'll explain to you what I mean. You're just tired. You just get to bed, if you usually jack off before bed like me, and you're just like, I can't be arsed. I really just can't be bothered. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll watch porn tomorrow. Tell yourself that. I'm not doing it tonight, I'm doing it tomorrow. That's a lot better than saying, you're never watching it again, mate. That's it. That's a lot healthier saying it that way. But you're just tired because you've worked on your goals, you feel productive, and when you feel productive, like I can't explain it until you do it, which you are going to do. You're going to take this advice if you do want to quit porn, but once you've had a productive day, you don't want to watch porn. I can't explain why. It's like your satisfaction for the day is already filled up. It can't go any higher. And by watching porn, your satisfaction would just come down. It's just stupid. That's your mindset. So, setting goals. One of my goals. My goals are to get rich by helping 1 million guys quit porn so I can retire my mum and live a great life. It's also to get a great body so that I can feel proud of myself, so that I can get girls, whatever. I'm sure your goals are similar. If they are, write them down. Whatever the goal is, I don't care. As long as it's not harming people like, oh, I want to rob a bank. Set a good goal, write it down. Now, your life's just improved by 100%, by the way, just by doing that, because now you've got something to look forward to in the future. So you're not going to be thinking, oh, my life is shit, I've got nothing to look forward to. Let's watch some porn to make myself feel good. You don't need that anymore, because now your life's good. You've got something to wake up for now. You've got purpose in life. You've got a goal. Go to the gym to build a great body, make money, improve your confidence, improve your mental health. Whatever the goal is that's going to improve your life, a long-term goal that's going to be hard to achieve, but that you can do it. Set it and write it down and look at it every single day and work towards it every day. So my goal is to, build a great body. So my mind is occupied now with going to the gym for a few hours, which is physical hard work. It's going to exhaust me. Watching videos on how to, well, I don't watch the gay videos on like, the science-based lifting. If you like that, then fine, but I don't watch that shit. But you can learn education. I'm thinking of my macros, my protein, what I'm going to eat, what I'm not going to eat, what I'm not going to drink, stuff like that. My mind's busy, right? And once I've nailed my macros, had a perfect day, the protein, the gym, whatever, good sleep, I'm going to go to sleep that night feeling fulfilled. And the need for porn is zero, because you watch porn when you're feeling empty. Ironically, because you empty yourself, but when you're a fulfilled and productive man doesn't jerk off to porn like a loser. An empty loser watches porn. That's it. Don't feel like a loser by working towards your goals and being productive every single day. And you'll also be too tired to do it once you get to bed. Quickly, if you want to learn from me, someone who's quit the most addictive habit on the planet at 19, it is kind of crazy, but you know that. You can ask your friends, they might not answer you, but what other 19-year-old or around my age has quit porn? There's no one. All your friends are addicted. They may not know it. You're addicted. Everyone's addicted. 40-year-olds are addicted. Your dad's probably addicted to porn. And I've quit and I'm half these guys' age. I'm not saying this to brag, well I am, but I'm saying it so you can realise you need to take my advice. Okay? Now if you want extra advice, extra help, all my tips and tricks are in my course down below. I think you'll be interested. Just check it out. Now step 2, what do you practically do? Okay, do you get onto NoFap? No, I've explained why that's shit. You get onto my system, because it works the best, called LessFap. Now LessFap is how it sounds. You're going to fap less this week than you did last week. So if you watched porn 5 times last week, the common advice would be like, go to 0 this time, it's going to be fast progress. Load of shit. You can't just go from 5 to 0, it's stupid. You can't just get the skinny guy in the gym to lift the heaviest weight. It's dumb. So if you watched porn 5 times last week, watch it 4 times this week. That's fine. Watch it 4 times. Excuse me. Now your brain might be thinking, well, 4 times, that's not good. I'm still watching it nearly every day. Well, you watched porn 5 times last week and you're watching it 4 times this week. That means that's less than last week. That means you made more progress this week than last week. Your brain has too much of an ego, right? You've not quit porn, you're still addicted. Don't expect to just quit instantly and go to 0. Oh, I think I can go to 0. You can't, because you would have done already, okay? So if you watched it 5 times last week, watch it 4 times this week, and 3 times next week, 2 times the week after that, once the week after that. And at that point, within a month or 2, if that, you don't have an addiction anymore. You might be doing it once a week, but at that point, it's not great, but it's not an addiction anymore. Then from there, you're doing it 4 times a month, once a week. So then the month after that, do it 3 times, then 2, then 1. And the addiction's gone. It's that simple. People piss about on NoFap thinking it works. It doesn't. That's why you're still addicted to porn. Because you go from doing it every day to not doing it at all. Well, there's no middle ground. They're stupid, all right? If a kid's, I don't know, bicep curling 10 kg, imagine he came in the next day and was like, right, give me 100 kilograms. You'd be like, no. It's bizarre. It's the same with you. You are not ready to quit porn cold turkey. Forget about NoFap. Get onto LessFap. It's easier. You still get to watch porn, because I get it's kind of fun. You'll still get to make progress, because you're watching it slightly less each week. And you'll be getting benefits by week 1. You'll be a bit more confident week 1. A bit less anxious, because you're watching it slightly less. You don't need to fully quit porn to get all the benefits, by the way. The less you watch it, the more confident you get, the less anxious you get, the more benefits you get. So LessFap, it's just easy. The third thing I want you to do as part of your daily routine to quit porn is move environment when you get the urge to watch porn. Okay? Now, ideally, moving country is the best. Okay? Because moving environment is the single greatest way to get rid of an addiction. Back in the Vietnam War, American soldiers were fighting over there. The conditions were so bad, it's war, everyone's getting blown up, that they were starting doing hard drugs, right? They were doing crack, they were doing heroin, stuff like that, to cope with the conditions. Now, before they came back to America after the war had done, everyone was panicking like, oh, everyone's going to be a junkie, all these guys are going to come back, we're going to need to set up some rehab centres to help with their drug addiction. When the soldiers came back, there was no one that was addicted to drugs anymore. They were doing the hardest substances on the planet back in the war. They come back to their home with their wife, their kids, their natural environment, and they don't need the drugs anymore. Their addiction's just gone like that. That's because they changed their environment. They're in this disgusting, horrible, nasty environment where they need the drugs. They came back to their loving home, a different environment, and the need for drug disappeared. They weren't addicted. They didn't want it, right? Point is, changing your environment can have that big of an impact that even hard drugs, it's not an addiction once you get back to the better environment. So ideally, move country, but that's unreasonable. I've not been able to do that yet, and I wasn't at the time able to do that. So if you can't do that, the next time you get an urge, it's usually in the same place. right? For me, it was in bed at night every day because that's what I was used to. That was part of my routine. Same way you get hungry at the same time every day because you always eat at the same time. I watched porn at the same time, so I got horny at the same time. The worst thing I could do, which is what I usually did, was stay in that environment and just try and distract myself, fight off the urge. And it's stupid. I'm still in the environment that I'm used to jacking off in. So my brain's thinking, well, he's still here. He's not going anywhere. So, make sure his mind is still flooded with porn. Because he's still in his bed. He's not moved, right? Imagine trying to be on a diet, but you're staying in a chocolate factory and you're not moving. You're just staring at the chocolate like a psycho. You can pretend, oh, I've got discipline. Well, in 5 minutes, you're eating the chocolate. If in 5 minutes, you're watching porn because you've not moved. So instead of being lazy and staying in your bed and trying to David Goggins discipline, get up and move. I don't care if it's late at night. I don't care what. Just go and do something. Talk to your mum. Go and make some food. Go and read in a different room. Go and meditate in a different room. Go and sit outside. Go for a walk. Oh, but it's cold. Oh, but it's nighttime. I don't care. I don't care of the excuse. If you want to stay addicted and a loser with no girls forever, then by all means, go ahead. I don't care. But for the ones who want to change, just move. Get out of the environment. You don't have to sleep outside that night, but go for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Come back, and the urge may still be there, but it's going to be a fraction less. It's going to be a huge fraction less than what it was whilst you were still in there. And now you've got hope of actually overcoming the urge because you physically got up, moved, taken action, and gone somewhere else and changed your environment. Simply just moving and going somewhere else, going for a shower, does wonders for it, truly, because you're telling your body, like, okay, I'm moving away from this environment, okay? Imagine the person in the chocolate factory. They're moving away, they're driving away. Their brain's thinking, oh, we're not getting chocolate. Might as well stop asking for it then. Same as you. Oh, they're moving away from their bed. They're going, oh shit, they're in a shower, they're doing something, I don't know, whatever. Let's forget about porn because we're not getting it. That is how your brain works when you move environment. I hope this helped. Start doing these things, set goals, get onto LessFap, and move environment when you get an urge. Your porn addiction will disappear with this daily routine. If you're starting to trust me, by the way, you want more knowledge from someone who quit porn at 19, the link below is my course on how I quit porn. Tips, tricks, everything you need. I've just put all my knowledge down there so that anyone, my younger self, can quit. So that you can quit, so that I don't care how old you are, you'll be able to quit using that with all my tips and tricks, I promise you, right? It's so cheap, by the way, and once you buy it, there's a free bonus section that you get on how to speak to girls, attract them, talk to them, whatever, if you need help with that, because that becomes a lot easier when you quit porn. I'm very happy you're on this journey. I know for a fact you're going to quit. If you've watched this long, you're not like all the other losers your age. You're going to quit. Link below, subscribe, do whatever you want, and goodbye.